G'day everybody, it's Dan here again with your next homework sheet. This term is all about the abdominals, and we'll be focusing this term on building up your strength and stamina to help you perform some of the sequences that we're going to be doing in the classes. Okay, so hopefully you got your space set up. You will need a magic circle. We've asked you to do a magic circle exercise. If you don't own a magic circle, let us know and we can maybe borrow one from the studio. But also you can use a pillow to do the same sort of thing as well. So have that handy as well. Okay, so we're going to start off laying on our backs. Okay. Okay, so settle yourself, and we're just asking you to just let your body kind of rest on the mat. So I quite often in our homework sheets ask you to just kind of lay there and breathe 4 or 5 times just to forget about your day and just start to have that inward focus. Basically, all we want you to try to do is set up a situation that you're just saying, okay, it's a little bit of me time now. Okay, so just laying down, breathing, feeling how your body feels, whether you've got any tension anywhere. Maybe you're thinking about dinner. Okay, just allowing that. I'm hungry, by the way. Just allowing those thoughts to leave your mind and settle in on what's about to happen. Okay, so we first of all are going to start to move the lower back and pelvis with our little pelvic curls. And we've asked you to just slowly and gradually build up your range of motion over about 12 repetitions. So just drawing in, just coming up a little bit more each time. Keeping that idea of shortening the distance between your pelvis and your sternum. Just a little bit further each time, seeing what you've got. A couple more. So this is my full pelvic curl, and then back down. Okay, grab your magic circle or your cushion or pillow and float the legs up. We're doing the supine arm press, pressing down with your arms or hands, keeping the legs as still as you can. Press and release. Press and release. Task is to try and keep those legs very steady as you're increasing that pressure from your hands, from your arms. Good. One more time. And press and release. Good. Okay, lowering the legs down. Take the hands back behind the head, elbows up towards the ceiling. Now, try and imprint your spine, so keeping your lower back flat onto the mat, coming forwards into your chest lift, and then back down. So now we're just starting to move the upper body and working with that upper abdominal muscle group there, pressing the head back into the hands. Last one, coming up. Hold it here. We have hula, climbing the mountain. We're turning over towards the hip. Come back to the center. Over towards the hip and center. We're going to do 2 and center, 2 and 2. Then we're going to build our way up to 5. So 3s now, and 1, 2, 3. Now it's 4s. And each time we're going towards the hip. Okay? 4 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades off the ground, so we're having to work harder. 5s now. 4 and 5 and 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and rest it all the way down. How'd you go? Did you keep your lower back still? Good. Okay, next up you have whatever version of the 100 you do, coming into that position now. I want 10 good strong breaths as you add the pumps. So the idea here is that we're keeping that lower back still, pressing flat into the mat. The pelvis is still as well. If you're extending your legs, go do that. But keep those other two parts of your body very still. Breathing nice and deep. Focus into those deep breaths. So think of this as a breathing exercise. Nice deep breaths. 2 more. Last one. Then bend your knees. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Extend one leg and switch. So we're going straight into that single leg stretch. Good. Then bring both knees in, double leg stretch. Then crisscross. Good. And rest out. Good work. Okay, so as we said, we designed this to build up your stamina. If in that previous sequence you needed a little break, that's okay. Next time you try it, see if you can add another repetition and just slowly build up like that. Okay, now, seated rollbacks. So this is a very interesting one. What you can do with this as an option is you can hold on to the back of the thighs, just near your knees, okay, or you can have the arms reaching out long. I don't mind which one you choose, but in either option, I want you to try and keep your chest facing the opposite wall, okay? And so when you do the rollback, the feet are staying flat on the ground, and you're only going back as far as you can keep that chest facing the wall, okay? So it's a roll back. How far can it go? Right there for me, and coming up. Okay, not bad for the first one. Let's go again. See if we can go, maybe go that a little bit further, and back up. And just trying, testing things. What if I go back a little bit further, what will happen? I feel like I'll just fall. Is that what you're feeling too? Rolling back and coming up. Let's do 2 more. And rolling back and coming up. Good. Have you gone a little bit further? And coming up, ooh, good, and resting it there. So you go just over the course of the turn, see if you go a little bit further with that one, just increase your range of motion. Now we have the very yummy cat stretch, kneeling cat stretch. So here's a chance to work or sort of use those abdominal muscles against gravity, so away from gravity. So a lot of the work we're laying on our backs, flip it around, see what this feels like with the cat stretch now. Okay, so as you're tucking under, can you actively or think about the movement coming from here rather than from your shoulders or your hips? Okay. The position or the shape that you make might not be the same, but that's okay. We're just changing it up a little bit, see what you think and how you feel with that. So, pulling under. And then we're going to go all the way up as far as you can in the opposite plane. Nice to do after that ab work before I feel like I'm getting a nice stretch. And in. Good. So we're just taking those muscles into lots of different ranges. And extend. And we'll do a couple more. And extend. Good. And then from there we're going to do 4 front supports, holding each one for 5 breaths. Now, quite often people think that the front support or plank is an interesting exercise for want of a better word, your core. You all know how much I hate that term. Coming back in. And it can be, absolutely, if we can get over the fact that you're having to hold your body weight up with your arms. Yeah? So as you're going, I want you to think about how still you can be. Okay, how stable you can be with your whole body. Okay. Stepping out. How still can I be as I push that mat away from me? Holding it for 5 breaths. And bring it down. Now, as a variation, this time have your heels together in a V shape. That's something different. Okay, so they're the same distance apart, but now the heels come together. Did that change anything? Did it make it harder or easier? Good. If it made it easier, go back to the harder version. I want things to be hard. So if that V position made it easier for you to achieve, recognize that, know that's a thing, and have that as an option if you need to on a bad day. Okay. So just testing the different positions. Two more breaths. Now to finish up, we have the side support. Now this is the full version of the side support. You may have been doing a version where you're on your forearm. If you know in your own body shoulders and wrists are not necessarily happy things to play with, certainly go to that forearm, but otherwise I want you to attempt the full version. Okay, so you'll be on your side with your feet, your top foot in front of the bottom foot. Okay. Your hand is pointing out away from your hips, and you're going to straighten your legs and bring this hand up in the air. So you kind of look like a letter T that's being tipped on its side. Okay, so from there, it's all going to be very smooth and wonderful and beautiful. Okay, so from there you're going to come out into that position. So the legs have straightened as you come up and then rested down. Okay. Now, the thing that's interesting in terms of our abdominals is what's happening down the side of our body. Are you keeping it nice and straight, or are you sort of sagging through the midsection? Okay. I would like you to try to keep it straight if you can. Okay. If this is a new move to you and you're working on it, go for that. But otherwise, I want you to try and keep it very, very straight. Okay. And coming up and down. One more time this side. Up and down. That's it. Okay, we turn around and do the other side. So remember, the top leg, or the top foot is in front. The hand is pointing away from us. I sometimes like to line up my middle finger to my hip. Have that as a straight line, as just a reference point. Okay, if it's not straight, it's okay too. And coming up and back down. How does it feel on this side? I always feel a bit more stable on the other side. But this side for me has a bit more stamina. So I can hold it for longer and back down. Good job. So that's the homework sheet. I hope you have fun with that, and I look forward to seeing you in the studio and putting you through your paces. If you have any questions, comment or message me, and I'll see you in the studio soon.